Okay, so to finish up Way of the Marble, at least a little bit, I will, for the moment, almost give up on this. Do I have a good way of trying to pick up the... I'll take that. No. There's nothing to ride through the middle there. But yes, I'll give this one a quick shot, see if I can get a diamond here. If I do, I might try the same for the following stage as well. Man, the big part, of course, is that jump there. You want to skip all that. Okay, you want to get a good approach here, though. Not like that. You do need to stop eventually. I'm surprised you only have a gold here. I feel like I could swear I remember getting a diamond here as well. Maybe I just settled for a gold, though. Just losing control of myself a little bit there. I guess I was just going faster than I'm used to on that part. Yeah, I just disliked the following stage after this one enough that I didn't especially want to try to get a diamond on that one, but in spite of that... we do, of course, want to do what we can here. Yeah, not bad. So that means that we are really, really close to getting... Also, we've unlocked all these, apparently. Huh. Except for this one. But, we have gotten diamond... Actually, we've done better diamonds on here than on bonus 1. That's interesting. But this one is just... I dislike this one so much that it's tempting to try to, you know, get diamond everywhere instead of just on everything but this one stage. Ugh. I dislike this one so much that it's hard to really consider doing so. I hate these are all at slight angles. I really do. That's a big part why I dislike about this stage. Could try to start on the other side too, it won't really matter a whole lot. Well, a big part of the issue for me is just that where you're going is largely predestined by you having touched a surface in a particular fashion to start with. Even just, man, even just getting gold was really hard here. I don't really see any obvious optimal route either. I guess a whole lot of this whole thing, right? Go in there. No? Okay. is just picking up as many time travels as you can. Yeah, I really hate how they angle so many of these to start with. That to me is kind of the thing that makes it really painful to do. Because there are lots of cases where you could otherwise bounce in a sensible way, but they decide to slightly angle the floor so that you don't actually go where you want to go. Well, I'd like to go for as many of these things as I can, but at the same time, I don't see an obvious way to fit in that particular. This one is the worst, right here. That's a much better time. No, it's not. Okay. Well. But yeah, maybe that with some polish could actually get me a diamond. I'm not certain how close I am or not. Yeah, this quadrant right here, that's the one I dislike the most, because that's the one that where the slight angling of all the bounce surfaces is especially a hindrance. It would be good, I guess, to try to pick up this one. I don't know how to do it. How to try to pick up that particular... I don't see an easy way to incorporate that one time travel that I'm skipping. Otherwise, I think I'm turning out pretty okay routing-wise here. If you can just bounce up to this thing, that's great, but I tend not to be able to do that. Yeah, see, I'm losing a lot of time on the very end there, but if I don't do that, I might be able to get a diamond without too much additional trouble. Going through that thing is a requirement on the other hand. Yeah, I think we're getting somewhere on this. Still by no means like a perfectly optimal run through. I don't doubt there are all sorts of small adjustments I could be making, and there's probably some minor improvement I could make to the routing as well, but I think this feels like it has good potential. I feel confident in what I'm doing, at least. No way I did it before. This bounce here is kind of awful, though. Yeah, that messes me up too much a lot of the time. Marginal improvement. Very marginal. I can't imagine I'd need that much better a time for Diamond at this rate. Honestly, this level is feeling less awful at this point. It's going pretty okay-ish. I still don't like the end at all. You know, the last quarter that I do. I think a big part of why I hate the level so much was because I was starting with the part I hate most of it. And I still don't quite enjoy jumping around a whole bunch on the bounce pads, truth be told, but spending less time on the worst part of it makes it more tolerable. And I like the bounce pads as a concept and everything. I just don't like a whole stage built to them like this as much. I just grabbed this one because otherwise... the end is just so sloppy. Make my arm fall asleep again. Hold on. There we go. Yeah, like this beginning is going a bit slowly here. Okay, we're totally losing our grip on this now. Like, they do not have to make these bounce surfaces, for instance, just, come on, just a little bit angled outwards. What's especially bad about that isn't the fact that them being angled outwards means they bounce you away from where you want to go, it's that there's this hard angle when you're on a corner, which means that it will always inevitably bounce you in a direction that you just don't want to be moving in general. I'm trying to remove some of the gratuitous jumping that I'm doing, which is making me bounce higher than I need to, and also just make me spend more time in the air than I need to. But it's actually proving a lot more difficult if I do that. A lot of the gratuitous jumping actually makes it a lot easier, even though it does lose me time. Well, there goes that. Maybe. Likely, but not guaranteed. I do particularly dislike ending there, because you'd think that I could just go to... You'd think I could just jump straight to this thing. You'd think I could just bounce straight from here to the end. But see how it bounces me way off to the side? Because it's slanted the way it is, it's just not something I can do. There's a very obvious path that seems like I should be able to take it that is probably very barely possible if I manage to hit the pad just right, but I cannot make it work. So I have to take awkward roundabout paths instead that lose me a bunch of time. Me engaging with that a whole lot is what made me really hate this stage, I think. Okay, that was extraordinarily awkward. As was that. I do also dislike how the edges of most of these surfaces don't bounce you. So you can get in lots of annoying situations where you almost do what you need to do. And it also interacts poorly, I think, with the fact that Marble has a tendency to just do small bounces everywhere. Because you'll end up barely not touching this thing. Normally, if you're off by a little bit, you can adjust a little bit and fix that in this game, but the very binary nature of hitting a bounce pad or not gets in the way of that. Why did that make a bounce noise? Also, just kind of makes you feel like these things are buggy and it makes the game feel unpolished when they keep doing stuff like that, making bounce noises on things that don't make me bounce. Yeah, it's so easy to just get stuck in places, bouncing around uselessly. I spent the whole episode doing this now, which is not what I wanted to do. But I'm doing it because it feels very, very close to me actually getting the diamond to finish off this chapter. I hate when I touch that on the very edge, though. Likewise here. Okay, sure. That was totally improvised at the end. Oop. Amusing, I guess. Alright, well that's bonus chapter 2 almost 100%ed. Still missing a particular thing there. Still missing one little... That's good. It's kind of funny having a mostly transparent marble. Still missing one treasure box. I'll have to make that happen at some point. Otherwise... Jeez. We can go back to the regular stages. Forgot we weren't getting all the diamonds in chapter 4. I'm not actually gonna... I might complete the stage if it's just really easy. I think I got a diamond on this one on my first try. Last time I was here. Definitely not doing as well this time, but still. I do remember it being a weirdly easy stage, so figured I might as well. Yep, here we go. Diamond first time again. Here's our official start on... Oh, goodbye. Here's our official start on this chapter. So I'll pick up the treasure box while we are at it. Is it just at the edge of where one of the cradles goes? No, it's on the bottom of that one. Okay. That wasn't even a particularly clean run I just did. And I got a diamond on. Like, that was a lot better. Alright, so how do we want to go about trying to pick this thing up, though? Actually, not sure. Oh, you can't reach from below, can you? Yuck. And that does seem like the most reasonable place to get it from. Hold on. Ah, close. There we go. More of these marbles. I want this one more. Alright, so, next time we will continue on chapter 5. And we can be... well, we can savor it probably being a little easier. Alright, cool. I think that's everything for this week for me. It is. Alright, see you then, everyone. We're most of the way through. And we're doing pretty well in the game, if I do say so myself. Only halfway through the bonus stages, so we probably have a lot more difficult stuff to do. But one of the very last stages is where we get the rainbow. That's where Radius is. But yeah, no expectation of getting all diamond everywhere. Would still like to get the treasure boxes ever, but we're almost on track for that, except for is it Staying Alive is what it's called? For some reason I forgot. I don't associate that name with that appearance very well. But anyways. Okay, see you then.